I find it fascinating, the ability to have your own. I mean, one of the reasons we created the little laboratory, traveling laboratory, which is the limo, is because you could control the variables, you know, and beam in by camera and reinforce this and put other things on extinction. I find that if in a prison with so many controlling variables, I mean, you have a laboratory there that the type of remediation for good that can be done as far as rehabilitation, and when done correctly with the reinforcers being controlled, it would be amazing. The influence by a good behavior analyst could be infinite. Of, you know, people, the recidivism of people being discharged from incarceration and then returning back to it again because they didn't have a different skill set.
If I was going to go into the prison system, I would try to link what I was doing with rehabilitation to meaningful outcomes. So, for example, corrections officers spending so much time dealing with fights or whatever that he has to deal with. I've known a few correctional officers before, and how a more rehabilitative approach would save time and man hours that they could then devote to other things. Like, stuff like that is what makes services valuable to other organizations. So if you just talk about rehabilitation disconnected from anything else, then you might not sell it so much. It's like money. Money is just paper. It's meaningless, but it's what it's tied to that makes it valuable. So
I think it'd be really interesting to be able to objectively define the culture within a prison and how it functions. There's an economy that runs with the inmates, and I feel like if you can work to influence that culture, you could potentially build skills and not have them end up in such like a learned helplessness situation where this is the only system and culture and economy that I know at this point, so that when I do go out of prison, the only options I have are to commit a crime to get back in, or I gotta try to make quick money to get back on my feet because I'm not getting hired by anybody. So I think if you can influence that culture from the get-go, Brett always says when you're creating a new endeavor or taking on a new project, you have to aim the rocket, because if you don't aim it properly, I just watched Hidden Figures the other day, and it was really cool. Like when they were going through all the telemetry of being able to hit the proper windows to get back and all that stuff is crazy. But you could end up millions of miles off course if you don't aim it properly from the beginning. And if you could start a prison from the ground up and set the culture in there, I think it would be unbelievable. I think it would revolutionize the way that the systems go.